Hey, welcome in! Welcome in, everybody, to episode number 3 of the Oh No Disc Golf Podcast, featuring Kyle and
My name's Eric.
Eric. We're both here, and we are here to talk disc golf on the Oh No Disc Golf Podcast.
All kinds of different topics for you today, so
Yeah,
hopefully we got a good show for you.
Eric, what are we talking about today?
I thought it might be fun for the audience to get to know us, and we could talk about our strengths and weaknesses that are in our game right now. It'd also be fun for the future to see what we've improved on and what we may have lost some of our skills there.
It's a good idea, man.
So why don't you get it kicked off and tell me what you think your number one strength is?
Number one strength. I'm actually going to go with my scramble. When I get off to the side, I usually just sigh a little bit and try and find the smallest window I can and push right onto the basket. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I think it's a strength of mine that it works at least most of the time.
If it works, then can't argue with those results.
That's what I'm saying, man. What about you? What's your you got a strength?
My number one strength is my approach. I usually can once I get up close to the basket, I can put it usually within easy putting range.
Nice.
With my Anheuser putts and little forehand overstable putter flicks.
Man, I wish I had more of an Anheuser putt.
Yeah.
Sometimes I struggle to throw it flat.
Let alone Anheuser.
Let alone, yeah, seriously. Like, I don't know what is wrong with my wrist or like what it is with how I hold the disc, but like I really have to think about it a lot to put an Anheuser on it when I'm putting.
You ever try like a super understable putter?
Maybe yeah, you can Deputy
something. Does it work for you or?
I never found a use for it.
Gotcha.
I tried. I put the Deputy into quite a few trees. So I tried, but
don't work all the time.
No.
All right. So what's your number one weakness?
Oh, my worst weakness. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. Like 15 to 35 feet.
Ooh. That's a rough range.
Yeah. It's that whole range. I need a lot of practice. I completely changed the way that I hold the disc. One, like my grip, and then two, where my disc comes back and like my reach back when I'm putting. Mm-hmm. I changed both of those things in the past month, so I've been a lot more consistent since then, but I still feel like it is the weakest part of my game.
That's rough. So you got to park it or possibly just always take a three.
Man, it's like I don't trust it. I just don't. It's really annoying.
That's, I think, is the hardest part of the game is if you don't trust your shot, you're never going to get it.
And like I've been doing the
putting, driving.
Yeah, and I've been doing the thing where I like leave my hand up so I know where I'm missing. So that's been helping.
Try to adjust from there.
Yep.
Do you have enough? I can't remember. Do you have enough room in your house that you can practice putting?
Not really. It's kind of loud, and I'm on the 3rd floor. So
it's up there banging chains.
Yeah, I mean I tried to like blankets in the basket itself so that it's quiet, and then blankets all over, but it's a pain. And then it's like it's up for like a day, and then my wife is like, what is this doing here? And yeah, because I have to put it right in front of the front door.
Because that's the only place that would fit. That makes sense.
I mean, it's and
you don't want to be throwing your putters into all the walls,
right? And so, yep, the front door works, and there's not a lot of breakable stuff right there. There's a lot of breakable stuff everywhere else.
Wife will be pretty mad.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been practicing a lot, but it's been cold a little bit every here and there. I can't really compare it to what you're going through, Eric, but
yeah, it's rough here.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice in Denver so far, but
And you guys always get tons of wind. Putting in the wind is never easy.
Yeah, it's pretty consistently above 5 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour. That's like average, I would say here.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
rough. Hard to get confident with your putting when you're dealing with that.
it makes you question everything.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta to get confident in your putting. You just got to be making shots. That
and
if
and
you're
I've
if you're
and
not,
I've
it
been
just gets
hitting
worse.
some more shots lately. I would say not since I've changed it up a little bit. I was getting it right from my belly button, like my pullback, and now that it's more down by my crotch, it's just been like I feel so much more in control and just like um, it's
Like
at the
know what
right
you're doing.
level. It's at the right level for the basket.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yep. What are we on to now?
My weakness, my number one weakness is
Eric, what's your number one weakness?
my number one weakness is my forehand. Anything outside of 200,
Okay.
even like 150 is like kind of pushing it. But if I can get myself to kind of slow down and just go through the motion, I can sling it out there pretty good. But I don't think I could even barely reach 200 um, on a good day. So it's
I
not an easy thing for me.
I threw the Nuke SS earlier off of the tee with forehand, and it actually didn't go that bad. So
Yeah,
I feel you there. It's like it was one of those like it actually turned over and then came back, which
yeah.
I'm just like I'm a hyzer if I'm going to use the forehand. It's more of a utility for me.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I just been what I've been practicing is I'll drive out in my parents' front yard and then I'll just forehand it back and I'll just try to like go through that like white light whipping motion and I'm not like pushing for distance but
Right.
just getting like my hand to trying to do muscle memory I guess in my hand.
Yeah. Keep your palm up,
Mhm.
elbow forward and
Yep.
in, all the things.
So what's another big strength in your game?
There's not a lot.
You can list the weaknesses
I can
if you
list the
want.
weaknesses
I'm
for
here for it.
days,
I'm
but
here
like
for it.
talking up myself is pretty difficult.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal one from you though. I've been pretty on with my approach shots
I mean, that's over half the game. Scrambling and approaching is well over half the game.
because spoiler alert, my driving is a little bit rough, so sometimes I end up um, pretty far off of where I intended. Yeah, it's
Sprinkler
nice.
system.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of. At least I can grab my harp real quick and just put it on a nice big hyzer and pinpoint it right next to the basket.
Sammy the sprinkler system, we'll call you.
Go for it.
Uh, another strength in my game that I kind of more touched on with my approach is I have a lot of touch with a putter. I think even on like my drives, I can kind of get it to settle where I need it to. It never usually goes flying past the basket or anything like that. I mean, I guess it's a putter, so
Right.
naturally, but
And you're
but
talking what, like 35 to.
I mean, even like just like a drive, like driving with the putter, I can kind of get it right where I need it to be.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, I mean, really anything. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm great at putting, but I'm okay at it. But I feel like I'm just really comfortable with a putter in my hand. I guess is what I was trying to get with all that.
I feel the same way. I think it's just like disking down instead of disking up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, back to weaknesses.
Yep, back to the fun. Weaknesses are all over in my game, but I already spoiled it. My driving is getting better
We're working on it.
all the time.
Is there any disc golfer that's like, yeah, no, my driving's perfect. I don't need to work on it anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that wouldn't make much sense. Wouldn't you like give up at that point and try to find something else to do?
There's been a lot of video recording for me lately, so I've been really dissecting all the subtle movements.
There's a guy on Facebook that if you like send it to him for free, he'll kind of like pick it apart. If you're interested in that, I can try to find him for you.
Well, that'd be cool. Maybe we can make that into some sort of a video or something.
Yeah. Maybe he'll want to come on and talk to us.
That would be pretty sweet.
Maybe he can start a business off of our business.
But yeah, I went through a phase of like only throwing really overstable stuff and trying to either force a flex line or just go with a straight hyzer and play with like a little bit of a shorter distance, um, because I could get away with it, not playing in the woods and stuff.
That's how you got so good at scrambling and approaching.
Yeah, it's just those little kind of touch shots. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But the driving is pretty rough. And I would say, just as a little special add-on for weaknesses, again, forehand over 200 feet, or like, even above 150. When I'm putting any kind of power on it, it's like, what are you doing, friend?
Yeah, I feel you.
I took a video of it, and it was very, very sad. You could have put like, crying music behind it or something.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, what's he doing?
What's your other weakness?
I don't have any sort of an overhand game, period. I wouldn't even call it a weakness because it's just it doesn't even exist.
And thumbers.
Yeah, it's not even there, which is weird because I used to be a baseball player, so you think at some point I would have figured it out, but it's
I threw one into a field the other day. It's fun.
The only time I think I've ever thrown a good one was when you still had that Aerobee Epic at your parents' house.
Yep.
And I just decided to try to chuck it, not knowing that's what it's made for, and it worked. And I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Yeah, that's it.
That's strange.
Should have kept it. You could have used it.
Yeah, that's it. Someone was just online looking for one, and he like actually uses it. He like carries it in tournaments, and then as soon as he starts like where he feels like he can't catch up, that's when he pulls it out just to embarrass everybody else on his card that he's like out driving them with thumbers.
That's funny.
I know. I'm like it's a good entertainment at the very least.
Yeah, you might as well get your fame while you can.
Yeah, definitely.
I was listening to a thing with Simon Lazat. He was doing a podcast, and he said that he does that when he's losing in a tournament. He'll just be like, well, I'll just throw whatever line I can and see if I can get it like a highlight reel.
Yeah, he did it at DDO Open this year with the Skamahawk.
Yep.
100 feet in the air and 300 feet in distance.
Absolutely insane.
I'd rip my shoulder out trying that.
Can you imagine? I couldn't do it.
It sounds painful.
Well, it sounds like he did rip his shoulder out.
That's the same. Yeah. I think it was his elbow, but yeah, it didn't help him either.
No. He's not going to start the season, is he?
Nope, he already mentioned he's going to be taking the first little bit off.
Man, that's rough.
Yep.
He must have had a really pretty bad setback.
Yeah, I think all the doctor, like, he kept there like doing physical therapy, and I think he said the only thing they haven't tried is just not doing anything with it, like just doing literally anything else but using it. And so that's what he's trying right now.
I mean, I hope it works.
Me too. It'd be really sad. I'm sure he could get just as good with his left hand, and I know he could beat me with his left hand. That's not even like a
absolutely question. But can he compete at a professional level with his non-dominant hand? It would be quite the challenge. It'd be a hell of a video.
I'm gonna call him and see if he wants to try to beat me.
I would watch it.
Well, I bet you he could beat us playing doubles with his left hand.
That's a video.
Yep. Just embarrass us.
He would destroy us.
Yeah, sure would. He sure would. Because I think he can still put right. Like, it's not like that strenuous on the elbow.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he could learn to putt left better than us too.
Oh yeah, I think
Man,
anyone could learn to putt better than us.
it
He
is my
could learn
number.
to putt with his feet.
It is my number one weakness.
Yeah, that'll happen. Okay, guys. Kyle's got a treat for us today. It's his turn to do in the bag, or should I
Yeah.
say in the cart,
Yeah, in the stroller.
in the stroller.
I push around a jogging stroller that I've um, retrofitted my disc golf bag onto, and then the pouch on the bottom of it that usually holds all the kids' food. I switched that into a putting pouch, so that holds like 20 discs.
That's a lot of discs. That's a lot of putters.
It's a lot of putters, and that's a lot of my bag. All right, here we go.
So you
Start.
carry all those putters, but you're still not good at putting?
Yeah, you are so correct. I carry around a lot of discs, and I'm also really bad at disc golf. Somehow that goes together.
So what are you starting off with first?
I'm starting off with a. This one's a new one. I got it over the summer, and I absolutely love it. It's a. I'm going to start with putters, by the way. It is a PA3 by Prodigy Disc Golf. I bagged three of them in various plastics, and where
Those kind of kicked out your old main one, didn't they? I
yes,
mean, you still
that's
carry them; they're
yeah.
just
My
not as
next,
used.
yeah, that's the Judge is my next one. I use the PA3s more now because it's more windy all the time. It it's always windy here, so having something that's a little bit more wind resistant just makes sense. The Judge can get a little bit loose in a headwind on me, so I like something that just kind of dies even in a headwind.
Yeah, we'll see what those EMAC judges fill the spot.
Yeah, we will see. I'm pretty excited about those.
They're not crazy
They're not quick.
expensive.
Yeah,
Dynamic's pretty cheap, so
right, and it should be pretty similar to the PA3, and that's really kind of what I wanted anyway. It was just like a beaded putter similar to a Judge, but not a Judge.
yeah, that's a big old beat on that thing.
It has like the biggest bead like in disc golf, I think.
Well, at least it's got something.
Yeah, the PA3's
It's
got
not a measuring contest, but
the PA3 is a micro bead, so it's a little bit. I would say it's maybe even a little bit more comfortable for me to have the micro bead.
yeah, I've never liked beads, so
I like to have something there to have rest my finger on.
gotcha.
But I do have these are basically the same disc. A harp. I have four harps that I bag from hard to soft, and then one of my soft ones is really like waffling and super overstable.
Puddle.
Puddling, sorry.
You're good.
It's
I was just waffles fine.
waffling works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Wonky.
that one's been one of my longest running ones, and I throw that um, all the time. Forehand shots too. If I'm like stuck and I'm scrambling, that's my go-to. Is either zone. The zone seems to be a little bit. It pushes a little bit more than the harps. The harps just want to like die and
On
turn.
the ground.
Yeah, get me on the ground. Whereas the zone has a little bit more. I feel like a tiny bit more glide to it. They both do have their uses.
You just like them all, though. Can't get rid of them.
Yeah, never gonna give up my harps. Or I want to get like a premium plastic zone. That's gonna be coming up here, I think.
Only somebody got you a premium plastic harp.
It's on the wall. Eric has this thing where he got me a disc. He got me this harp, and he wants me to throw it, but I like it enough to want to put it on the wall. So I put it on the wall.
It's not my disc. I can't control him.
That's you can't.
He can't be dealt with. He can't be reasoned with.
Uh,
What's
next up, I'm gonna go from understable to overstable from now on. I bag a Meteor in ESP plastic. It is a dream. I can get it to throw. If I throw it on a pretty steep hyzer, it'll just flatten out and go straight. If I throw it flat, it'll just turn over. Super useful utility. Use that all the time when I'm scrambling.
It's
Sometimes
good
driving.
feeling disc.
ESP is one of my favorite plastics, and I only have this one. So
Obviously. Obviously one of your favorites.
right, obviously. Next up, I have my truths. I think I have like, well, it's truth is meaning EMAC truths, and I have regular truths. I think I have 3 regular truths and 3 EMAC truths.
All in your cart at the same time?
No, I carry
Oh,
4.
okay. I was going to say that's wild.
No, I carry a DX, which is pretty beat in. 2 biofusions, one's more beat in than the other, and then a lucid.
So what's more understable, the
DX is
Prime Truth or the Meteor?
very similar. The Prime Truth has a little bit more fade,
Gotcha.
whereas my Meteor pretty much just goes straight.
Gotcha. So our mid ranges are almost identical.
Really?
Pretty much identical. Yeah, I carry Meteor and I carry EMAC. Well, I only carry EMAC Truths, but
Well, aren't you fancy?
yeah, it just makes sense to me. It's like, what's the point?
I guess.
Anyway,
I like them both. I really don't see much of a difference.
mm,
Although my EMAC Lucid one is my most overstable, so
could be the plastic though. You never know.
could be. And that's my mid ranges. I don't really carry a ton of mid ranges, but 4 truths and a meteor does it for me.
Thought you have one more
What?
mid range.
What?
No, you don't carry Justices anymore.
Oh my gosh, dude! I don't even think of that as like a
Just a
mid
utility.
range. Yeah, that's like
Free
that.
card.
Sorry, that's edit that in. Just kidding. No, I think of that same spot almost as my like harps and zones. It's just a little bit further.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that guy though.
And turns fast.
Yeah, it turns super fast. But I can throw it about 200 feet very comfortably, like pinpoint.
And you know it's going to go left.
I know it is. No matter what, it's gonna go
Unless
left.
you're throwing forehand. Then it won't.
Then it's gonna go right. And I do throw that one forehand quite a bit. That's a Justice in Lucid Plastic. I also have it in Moonshine. We found that one in Wicks Park, but I don't bag that one typically, especially because of the snow lately too.
So is that all for your mid ranges then?
That's all for my mid ranges. Thanks for again for reminding me about the Justice.
Yeah, of course.
We're in a big to lead that off. We are gonna start with my T-Birds. I don't really have a super understable fairway driver right now. I just pretty much bag a champion T-Bird and a star T-Bird.
Tell them what happened to your DX T-Bird.
It so it was 30-mile-an-hour gust winds pointed directly at a freeway. There's a hole at not Wicks Park, West Creek Park here in Parker that it runs right next to a freeway, and a gust got under it and took it over onto the freeway, like right into the middle of it, so I couldn't actually go get it anymore. Goodbye that T-Bird.
Did it cause any traffic pileups?
I don't think so. I don't think it hit any cars, but I wasn't about to go run on to a freeway for some DX plastic.
Yeah. Will this been your second car hit if it did?
Yeah. Yep.
Just keeping track.
Just keep a track here. Yeah. Jot that down. Go ahead and jot that down.
So yes, you've had your purple T-Bird basically as long as I can almost remember playing with you.
Yep.
You got a nice, pretty pink one.
Yeah, that thing is overstable.
Yeah, that's good.
And it skips
sometimes.
And it almost feels the same thing as like my Thunderbird, which is coming later. Sorry, spoiler.
Mm-hmm. So is the Star one? Would you say that's still your workhorse, or have you moved into something different?
So,
or is the Champion the workhorse?
I usually use something I use a little bit later if I'm
okay. All right, never mind. You can continue then.
Yeah, you're cool. I do throw it quite a bit. The Star one has gotten a little bit more understable as time has gone on, and I don't mind it. It's like one of my farthest probably flying discs, really. I don't know.
It's always nice. It's always nice to throw far.
It's nice to just like, and it's flat. I can just throw it flat, and I know what it's gonna do every single time, pretty much. Except for, 30-mile-an-hour winds, I might need to disc up a little bit.
Maybe. We'll see.
Moving on to a little bit higher speed comes a TL3. So I keep this one in my bag for those long turnover shots.
What are the numbers on a TL3? I can't think of offhand. If not, I can look it up. I can't.
I'm gonna say 9.5 -2 2. That's what I would.
This sounds pretty.
That'd be my guess. Right. I don't know if it's a 9 speed. It might be lower, but that's what I think it is.
Well, you could continue. I'll look it up.
Okay. Yeah, it's bright orange. I only have one of them. I've had it for quite a while. I think it was actually a gift from you, Eric, wasn't it?
Is it DX?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of DX plastic to try it out.
Yeah, man. I'm still rocking that thing. I don't throw it a ton, and it works because it won't ever really get too messed up if I don't throw it too much.
Nothing wrong with that.
Moving on to slightly more overstable, I have an FD that I bag. It's almost clear. It's like a peach color. Also a gift from Eric, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You've given me a lot of discs, man.
I know. Now I just got to figure out a way to pry that FD from you.
I know. Well, pry it from my cold, dead hands.
So the TL3 was 8.4 -1 1.
I mean, I was close.
Yeah, you were. Definitely
just
were.
A little bit less extreme than what I said.
Yeah, but you pretty much get the same flight path out of 8.5 -2 2 than you would an 8.4 -1 1.
Right. Moving on, still a little bit understable, is my river. I have a regular river that I bag. This thing loves to turn over pretty much all the time. I don't throw it a ton, but it might be like if I get a nice controlled shot with it, the farthest disc in my bag. I know I said that earlier, but
it all depends on the day which disc is the farthest in the bag.
I'd say typically it's still one of them coming up, but like it's only because it's a new addition to the bag. The river has been like my longest, like
for a while,
pretty unstable disc that it takes a lot of control. But
today's podcast sponsor is Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. First off, it's free. Second off, you can record and edit your podcast there. Also, they will distribute your podcast so you can be heard on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It has everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the Anchor app, or you can go to anchor.fm to get your podcast started today. This is what we're using on our podcast, so I can wholeheartedly recommend this, guys.
Moving on to my Thunderbirds. I have 3 different Thunderbirds that I bag.
Thundies.
Yeah, good old Thundy. That was my favorite thing when I came back and visited. I had just gotten the Thunderbird, so I was like, oh, good old Thundy. I'll throw it on every single shot. And then the DX Plastic got super understable, super quick.
He loved it. Loved it.
I still do.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's still a pretty reliable. The Champion one is in the wind, and also the Star one. I have Jeremy Colling's Pro Tour. It's pretty sweet. Got that Thunderbird.
What color one are you throwing?
It's like a greenish, peachy kind of thing.
Because you got 2 of them, right?
Right.
Yeah, you just bag one. I just couldn't remember which one you ended up bagging.
Yeah, it's a little bit brighter than the other one. And then I'll defer to Eric on how to say this other one. Ahati? Ati?
Ati.
Ati.
Ati. Just like, Ati.
Like Audi, but yep. Ati. This thing is
that's what I found.
Very overstable. This thing wants to get left as hard as the Justice. It just goes a little bit farther. I can throw this one like 250 to 275 on a hyzer versus the Justice. I can really push just over 200 if I'm trying pretty hard.
So, yeah, it's kind of like a Firebird copy, isn't it?
Yep.
Or that's the idea behind it.
I think it's the West Side version of a Firebird. I do have my Firebird, but I don't really throw it too much yet.
Even like your Color Glow one, did that ever make the bag, or just the? Because I know you have a broken Firebird, but
Yeah, that one's not in my bag. The Glow one I'm kind of saving because I heard that one can kind of turn a different color in the sun.
so you don't want it to turn the color, or you do want it to turn the color?
I don't want it to turn the color.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think.
Gotcha.
I like the color.
Gotcha. Usually they just get kind of like a deeper, or at least that's my understanding of them. But
Gotcha. I've always tried to
been
keep
wrong.
it covered up when I'm like throwing it. I just keep it in like a hat or something. Like
You
a
like
hat.
throw it and then
Throw
you
it, go
run
pick
up
it
as
up.
quickly as you possible and dive on it. No,
Oh!
that's funny.
And then last but definitely not least, my only maximum range driver in my bag currently that I throw on a regular basis is a Nuke SS. It's in premium plastic, so it will be exactly the same forever. And at the moment, I'm hyzer flipping it and using it for like super long turnover shots, and it pretty much only like turns over if I throw it like on an anhyzer angle. It will like turn over too much. Other than that, if I throw it like nice and flat, it'll just stay pretty flat. It's pretty sweet.
That's been like your newest addition to the bag, right? Or did you
Yeah,
already
that's
say
been
that?
the newest thing. Well, you recommended that I go and try out some longer range drivers. So I have that one that actually has made the bag pretty much, just because I can get so much distance out of it pretty effortlessly. Whereas
Yeah,
I was,
those understable are pretty nice.
yeah, it's so nice, and it's not like understable but uncontrollable. It's still quite controllable for
Right.
me. So I really like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my bag. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it has a good mix of pretty much everything that I need most games.
Carry any little knickknacks with you? That's always an important part of the bag. I think.
Knickknacks. Not
Good luck charms.
not really. No. I have a
Bowl.
420 mini that a friend gave me. I still have that, and I rocked that at my first tournament.
I lost mine, so
I know you did. But I still
Wonder
rock
how.
mine. Yeah, it was supposed to be twinsies, but somebody had to lose theirs.
They're pretty easy and cheap to find, so
They are. But yeah, that's my bag. It's a cart. I pushed it around. It's got way too many discs in it. There are a lot of discs that are like I'm trying out. I have like a Saint Pro. I have a few different distance drivers that I'm trying out.
It's a nice thing of a cart. You don't add that extra weight to carry around.
That's it, man. I can literally carry as many discs as I want, and I typically do. And I throw a bunch, and it's a lot of fun. Disc golf has been like a super awesome replacement for skateboarding for me, just so I'm not hurting myself all of the time like I was when I was skateboarding. So
Now you just have to learn not to slip on ice.
right, and like I really need to learn how to stretch better.
Oh yeah, stretching is big. I've been trying to stretch every morning. Doesn't always happen, but
It's a good idea.
yeah, it feels good when I do get a nice stretch session in.
But thanks for listening to my bag, man. I appreciate you. You think I should add anything in? You have any comments, insights?
Knickknacks. You need more knickknacks.
More knickknacks, huh?
Yeah.
I have like a pocket knife that I carry.
Need like good luck charms, maybe a game or two, some snacks.
I don't eat on the course. I usually do drink water, and I have a speaker that I don't play music very loud. I'm not one of those people, but I will play music quietly to myself.
See, that's a knickknack.
Is it?
A speaker?
Yeah.
How is it not?
Okay, count it then. Knick-knack.
Count it. Or tool. Knickknacks or tools.
Yeah,
Guess I could have said.
count it. Well, yeah, and then I have like a bunch of D-links just all over, just whenever I need it. Oh, I have a towel too. Forgot about that. I found a nice Discraft one that somebody had left, and I was like, well, sorry, I guess this is mine now.
There's no number on it.
Yeah, I guess I could have left it at the basket, but I feel like towels are kind of Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, you never know. I lost a glove, so.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that's the end of In the Bag. All right, Eric. Let's talk about our next topic, which is top 3 dream courses on the Pro Tour. Eric, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Idlewild. It looks like such a fun course to play, and I know I would do horribly and get so upset and hit so many trees.
So
and
many
land in
trees.
so many little creeks, but
It'd be
it
fun.
just looks like such a fun place to play. They have like they look like putt greens, and I think like tossing up to those on an approach shot would just really make it a lot of fun.
And to define it a little bit further, dream courses, we mean just courses we would like to play overall. Not like, something we want to compete on, just a course we've seen on TV and we're like, wow, I want to just throw off that tee.
Yep, that's exactly what went through my head anyway.
Well, cool. We're on the same page.
Yes. What do you got for me?
I have at number 3, The Preserve. It is a Kale Laviska design course, who's a pretty famous disc golf designer. It looks immaculate, like almost like a ball golf course. So I think there's plenty of opportunities for big skips, and it doesn't look like there's like a ton of water, but there's a little bit. It just looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, I think it's you almost kind of hit it like head on the nail, where it's like the most ball golf course but still designed like a disc golf course, because I don't really love the disc golf courses that are just on a ball golf course.
Right. It's pretty boring without any kind of like creativity to
but
it.
he like really took his time and made it something that you don't get to see every day.
Right. Just the one that really sticks out in my mind, I think the basket was like on a hill, and if you landed on the ball golf green, it was out of bounds. So you had to like hit this hill just so perfectly, or it would roll down the backside, or you'd hit OB on the front.
Yeah.
And it was just like the most technical little shot. And I was just like, oh man, I could try.
I could toss my whole bag off that
Yep.
at that. Be happy I made one.
Right. Technical note, I was talking about the course around Eureka Lake, not the other one. Anyway, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is actually kind of close to me, and it's the toboggan course for the Disc Golf Great Lakes Open.
Nice.
It's not too far away, so I actually have like a opportunity to go play that maybe sometime this summer.
That's a goal.
Yeah, I would not be able to play it anywhere like the pros do it, obviously, but
you
it'd be a workout.
You'd be able to see like how your shots compare to theirs. I think that would be cool.
Throwing 5 shots uphill as opposed to they just throw the one shot that goes all the way uphill.
Right, and you'd be like, how did they even do this?
Yeah, maybe I can play it backwards. I'll just play all downhill shots.
Oh, that'd be good.
It's worth a try.
Worth a try. My number 2 is Ledgestone. I don't know what state is this in?
I don't know offhand, actually.
That's a good question, but I don't know. Anyway, it's centered around a lake, and it looks, it's just a bunch of like, it's short hole, then a bomber, and then a short hole, and then more of a bomber. And it just looks like it. Probably I would lose about 5 discs, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with losing a disc or 2 when you're playing a dream course, right?
Absolutely. That's why you buy DX Classic.
5 might be a lot, but
yeah, but I could do it. So Eric, it comes down to this: the much anticipated finale. What's your number 1?
Maple Hill. I've just watched it so much on Simon Lazat's channel and Casey throw in there.
Yep.
All the shots look fun. This looks like probably one of the more well put together courses that we get to watch on tour.
It doesn't look like too difficult, too. Nope. I think
I definitely lose a disc on hole 1 trying to drive off the pro tees.
Right.
Where you got to make it over that lake. But
what do you think?
After that,
is the lake like 400 feet?
I can't even remember. I think it's something like that. It's pretty close, and I think I'd get up there and think I have all this room to rip it, and then just end up not throwing very good at all.
I like that choice.
It's a good.
Sounds like a good course.
It'd be awesome to make it there to watch the pros do it, but probably not. Probably not gonna do that.
Where's that one at? Is that in Maine?
Maine.
No, where is
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I think that's what. Yeah, I think it's Maple Hill, Massachusetts.
Okay.
It's wherever Simon lives.
Yeah.
Simon lives there. That's all I know.
Shout out Simon Lazat.
Yep. He's the one who's kind of made me fall in love with it. Yes, Massachusetts.
Nailed it.
Say it. MA, whatever. All the same. They're all the same. What do you got for us for the final course?
Number 1. Much anticipated. You said it earlier. It's the Disc Golf Great Lakes Open. D-Glow.
Yeah. So now you'll have to come home in the summer and we'll have to play the course together. Then we can at least knock it off for a bucket list.
I would love to do that. So it's a toboggan course, and it looks like it has the most hills of any course, like on tour, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, hole 1, you throw down a hill, then hole 2, you throw back up the hill.
Right. So, like, can you imagine the thigh workout, the burning, man?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of stretching before that one.
I don't know if that's a cart friendly.
Take a nap halfway through.
Right. Do you think that's a cart friendly course or no?
I think so. I think Germ still pushes his cart on it.
That would suck to push a cart around all that course, but it would also suck to have a big old backpack full of
I think
discs.
Regardless, you're just going to be tired. You just got to figure out what's best for you and run with it and not look back.
But absolutely, that looks like probably one of the coolest like design courses I can think of.
Yep, lots of just big shots.
And like technical,
pros just make it look so easy too.
Technical angle control with the elevation change.
The pros are just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna step up and rip a little sidearm down this hill and
right, no big deal.
Okay.
Oh, okay then.
It's OB long. You got to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. Not me.
I don't have a worry in the world about that.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
So that would definitely be the funnest part, is just watching my throw and then comparing it to like Eagles or anybody else's throw. I thought that was funny this year at D-Glow. Eagles never played that course, and then he wins it this year.
That's like
pretty
cheating.
Interesting. I know. First time ever in Michigan, even both him and
really.
Simon. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yep. Because there's like a European tour or a European tournament that is going on normally at the same time, and because of COVID, they couldn't make it to that one. So
right, so they just went
why not? Took home the win.
That's crazy. Well, that was fun. Top 3 dream courses.
Yeah, we figured probably a good time to talk about them right before the season's starting.
I can't wait.
Just over a week by the time you're listening to this.
Oh my gosh, because we can announce now this is all coming out on the 5th. Well, this episode might be coming out on the 17th, but there's full released episodes coming out on the 15th, so keep an eye out.
So while you're listening to this one, the ones on the 15th will be out, though.
Absolutely. This is
aware.
Third in order. Keep a lookout for episode number 5 or 4
and 5
and 5.
And 10. Hopefully we make it to 10.
Let's hope. I'm hoping to make it at least 100.
We can do it.
I think we absolutely can do it.
And if we just get one new listener every time, we'll have 100 listeners.
That would be awesome. Well, thanks for showing up and listening, guys. We appreciate you guys listening all the way to the end, too. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. We had a really fun time talking about some of our strengths and weaknesses. Eric, did you want to set any goals for your game?
To get better. No, I'm always working on my putting, and I'm really trying to just work on my forehand. I kind of touched on it at the beginning, where when I'm like doing field work, I just forehand back to where I started, kind of thing. But those are my two main things. I know I didn't list putting as a weakness, but you can never not get better at putting.
Putting is that's my biggest thing I need to work on.
Drive for dope, or drive for show, putt for dough.
I like it. A secret message just for the people who made it all the way to the end of the episode. We love you the most, just so you know.
Anyone who left early, get out of here.
No, just kidding.
We're just kidding. Happy you listen.
We love you too.
But there is going to be a giveaway, so look for that on Instagram coming soon.
Ooh, giveaway.
It'll probably be on Facebook and Twitter and pretty much everything but TikTok, I think.
I might make a video for TikTok even.
Well, he might. I won't.
What, you don't like the TikToks?
I don't understand it.
Well, thanks
again, guys.
Yeah, even thanks you, Eric, for putting the time aside. I know you're a busy guy. And that is the end of the Oh No Disc Golf podcast. That is episode number 3 in the books. Jot that down, guys. Episode 3 done.
We did it.
We're gonna just self-congratulate at the end of every episode. Like, we did it, guys. Just us.
Boost our that thing.
Egos.
Yep, that one.
Yep. Yeah, it's the best episode yet, definitely.
Oh yeah. Gets better every time.